area of cylinders and how to find the surface area of spheres. We talked about the nets yesterday, and we said that in a net, when you open up your 3D shape, you're going to have different 2D shapes. And one of the ones that we talked about yesterday was the cylinder. And if we open up a cylinder, right, we're going to end up with two circles, which is my top, the bottom and the top, right? And I'm going to end up with a rectangle, correct? And to find the surface area of this, I need to find the area of the two circles and the area of my rectangle. The thing is, what they give me usually in a cylinder, they usually give me a radius and give me a height. But they don't give me the whole side length of my rectangle when I open it up, okay? So they give me the radius, they give, which is this, but they don't give me this side, which I do need that side. But that is, as I said yesterday, if you guys remember, that is a circumference of my circle, because when I close that, it's going to be exactly the same thing as the circumference of the circle. So if you look in your formula sheet, and if you look at the circumference of a circle, we said the circumference of a circle is 2 pi r, correct? Okay? That's the circumference. It's the same thing as 2 pi r. So it's either pi d or 2 pi r. D is the diameter, but because we know the radius, we're going to use the 2 pi r. Okay? Now, if I'm looking for this net, right, and I want to find the area of the circles and the area of a rectangle, what am I going to end up with? What's the area of this circle? What's the formula for an area of a circle? Pi r squared, right? And I have two of them, correct? And I have two of them, right? And also, the area of this is length times width, right? And my length is 2 pi r, because I just found the circumference, right? And then 2 pi r times the height, right? Because that's the length times the width, right? So, let me repeat that. My length here is 2 pi r. My width is the height of the cylinder, right? So the area of this square is 2 pi r times the height. Are we okay with that? Okay. So altogether, the surface area of this cylinder is pi r squared and pi r squared, that's 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi r h. Now, if you look in your formula sheet for the cylinder, and you look for the surface area, what do you see? Do you see that formula? 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi r h? Yes. So this is how they got it. They got it because I have two circles, and I have a rectangle, and this is how the formula, how they came up with the formula. Now, why do we need to understand how they came up with the formula? Because what if I asked you to find the surface area of a cylinder, but without the top? So I'm asking you to find the surface area of an open cylinder. And why is that? That's right. So looking at the net now, right, I basically don't have this circle, right? So I only have a pi r squared plus 2 pi r h. Correct? Okay? So understanding where this formula is coming from is going to help you with special cases, okay? Where it's not a regular cylinder, it's a cylinder with no top. Or if I want the surface area of a tube, right? What's up with a tube? A tube has to be open from both sides, no? Right? So what am I looking at only? That rectangle, which is the 2 pi r h. We call this part the lateral surface area. It's called lateral, L-A-T-E-R-A-L. finding the surface area of everything, I can just look at the formula sheet and then find it. Okay. So you're going to have to be careful when you're looking at your question. You need to make sure that your units are the same. Okay? So the unit of your radius is the same as the unit of your height, right? Because otherwise you're going to have to do a conversion before you can plug it into the formula. Okay? I always have to have the same units. Okay, so find the surface area of the following cylinder. Right? I have no special cases here, so it's a cylinder, the whole thing. I can use the whole formula. So the surface area is 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi r h. Right? I know my radius, which is 90 millimeter. I know my height, which is 300. It's a matter of plugging it into the formula and finding the answer. Okay? So that's going to be 2 pi 90 squared plus 2 pi times 90 times 300. Okay? If you are using a good calculator, you can do the whole thing all together in a calculator. If not, then just do this part by itself, which is all the multiplication in the square. Do this part and then add them together. Do you have the answer? What? Yeah, 220,420.
No, I don't think so.
How much you got? 530.
She on my calculator right now.
Did you use, okay, because you did not use pi as pi, did you use that 3.14? Use the pi button, which is shift.
Oh, I didn't use this one.
Yeah, no, use the pi button because look at the difference, right? So there is like about 100 unit difference, okay? So 220, 539.8, and that's going to be millimeter squared. Guys, make sure you use the pi button, right? Most calculators have the pi button because that gives you all the decimals, right, that the pi has. Okay, and then your unit for the surface area is squared. Okay, whatever your unit is,
There's someone at the door.
Maya.
okay. Do you guys have any questions about this part? We're good? Okay. Now, what if, I'm just gonna come back here for a second. If I give you, for example, and you're gonna see that in your homework, right? But if I have, for example, two shapes on top of each other, right? And then I wanna, this is so bad drawing. Don't ask me to draw any art. Anyway, if you have, for example, I'm looking at this question right here where you have two cylinders on top of each other and you need to find the surface area of it, right? You're gonna have to be careful here because when you're thinking about surface area, you're thinking about, am I painting that part? Right? So in this case, if I want to find the surface area of this shape, I'm going to have to find the first surface area of the top cylinder, because it's like, how can I get to that part? Okay? Now, for the bottom part, you're gonna have to think about, okay, what part, how can I find the actual part that I need to paint instead of the whole top? So you're gonna have to do some subtraction, okay? I want you to do this question, and we will take it up, or we'll talk about it once you try it, okay? So you always have to be careful of, ask yourself when you're finding the surface area, what part am I painting? Because then you can visually see it, that, well, this is hidden, that I don't need to paint it, so I don't need to count it toward my surface. So looking at a sphere, okay, so what's the formula of a surface area of a sphere? We don't usually ask you to draw a net for a sphere, okay? I wouldn't know that either. So the volume of a sphere, the formula is 4/3 pi. No, sorry, the area, 4 pi r squared. Okay? So the area of a sphere is 4 pi r squared, and then you can find that in your formula sheet, right? You know the radius, it gives you the radius, you just have to solve for the surface area. So you just have to plug in 28, okay, and plug into the calculator and solve. What do you get? 9,000. So 0.03. Okay, we can leave it up to this one, centimeters. Okay, so you see it's pretty easy and straightforward once we know the formula.
Oh, what the hell? Price was figured out.
A ball has a surface area of approximately 9,900 centimeters squared. What is the radius? So again, it's a ball, that means it's a sphere, right? So
Do you divide it by 4?
let's put the formula together first, okay? Yes, you are on the right track, but let's do it as a, how do I isolate, right? So the surface area is 9,900. So they gave me the surface area. I'm gonna replace it, right? I'm gonna replace the surface area with its value. Now, what are you isolating for?
R.
The radius. How do I do that? Divide by pi. How about divide by 4 pi in one step? Right? Because if I look at this, right, it's 4 times pi times r squared. Okay? So I have all multiplication here, right? So I can bring the whole 4 pi over as a division. Does that make sense to you guys?
Oh, and then you square root the answer.
Yes. So 9,900 divided by 4 pi. Now you're going to have to be careful how to put this in the calculator, okay? If you're going to put it as just 4 pi together, that would be fine. If not, then you have to put brackets, okay? Be careful how you're entering this in the calculator.
So you need to put it.
I would. For special calculators,
Like-
sometimes it's just
Divided by bracket 4 pi.
yeah. Okay? If you have the fraction button, you don't need
I
to
do.
do.
My calculator's together.
Okay? So what do I get when I do the 9,900 divided by 4 pi?
757.1.
That? 8,2? Is that right? Okay? Now, because this is r squared, to find r, I need to square root. Okay? I don't know what happened on your test. I don't know who and what, but I've seen it too many times.
Oh my god.
People were like square rooting left, right, and center. I don't know why. Okay? We only square root when we have a square and we want to get rid of it.
Are we getting our test next?
Hopefully. Okay. We only square root, and that goes to all of you. Okay? Because I've seen it on more than one test. We only square root when we have a square and you want to get rid of it. You don't square root because you want to get rid of a sign. Not funny. Okay? So right now, I have to square root to get rid of the square. What do we get? 28.1. And that is centimeter, right? Because that's the radius, and my area is centimeter squared, so my unit has to be centimeter.
Centimeters squared or just centimeters?
What do you think?
Just centimeters?
Just centimeters, because it's a dimension, right? So it's the measurement of my radius. The area would be squared, okay? Because here's the reason why, okay? Remember that this was centimeter squared,
Yes.
and I had to square root it,
Yeah.
right? So what happened is they cancel each other, right? Questions?
No.
All right.
Just one second.
Okay, the Earth is radius, and we're assuming now that the Earth is a sphere, and it's not like elongated, it's just like a regular sphere, right?
Or is it flat though?
All right, I'm not going into that debate.
You know there are people who actually think that though?
Good for them. Okay, the Earth's radius is
That number.
6,000. It's taking me a little while. 6,370 kilometers. Let's determine the circumference. Now, if I'm determining the circumference, basically, if you look at this here, right, and then if you look at this, if you just draw like kind of a circle around the middle, right, and that would be the circumference. So basically, I'm looking at
The equator?
yeah, the circumference of the equator.
Oh,
Okay, that's what the thing.
Circumference is a perimeter, yes, but I'm looking at
So
perimeter
it's
is only for 2D shapes, right? So I'm looking at literally that circle at the equator, how long it is. Okay?
Is it still 2 pi r?
It is. It's not gonna change, okay? So the circumference here, it's going to be 2 pi r, okay? And remember that's if we're drawing a circle in the middle of the Earth. So that's going to be 2 pi times 6370. What do you get for that? 40,023.89. And unit?
Kilometer squared.
Big. Just kilometer. It's not an area, it's a circumference, right? Perimeter. So it's just kilometer.
Why did someone say meters?
I don't know. You wanna change this to meters? You can convert it to meter. What would it be?
Nah, let's just not get into that.
Why? What do you have to do from kilometer to meter? What do you do?
I have the outside.
So, okay, 1 kilometer is how many meter? 1,000. 1 kilometer is 1,000, so you have to multiply by 1,000, right? Because this is in kilometers, right? If 1 kilometer is 1,000 meter, 440,023 kilometer, you're gonna have to multiply that by 1,000. So that's gonna be this number. It's 40 million. 23,890 meter. Right? Okay, let's keep it in kilometer. Okay, how about the surface area of Earth? We have a sphere, right? Unless it's flat. So it's 4 pi r squared.
Would that make it a rectangle or is it flat? My son's tired, you know.
Okay. You're giving me a headache. Okay.
I give myself a headache, don't worry.
Find me the answer for this. Okay, wait. 500, that's it? 509,000? Should be a million. Okay, I think I need that. No, just because that's gonna take me a while to write this number. So, this number is 509,904,363.8. So that's 509,904,363.
Oh my god, so excited.
363.8. And now what's my unit?
Is this the actual?
Surface area. So if you want to wrap the Earth, from the outside, if you want to wrap it with a wrapping, wrapping paper. Yes. You need this many square kilometers. Alright, have fun with that. Alright, so, is there any other lesson that I have to cover today?
Is that it?
Oh,
That's fine.
Should I teach you more?